Hey, ENG4U. This is Faisal, the teacher speaking once again. So, hopefully, this is going to be the last time you guys have to see me this way because I intend to be back properly tomorrow and to really properly introduce myself to everyone tomorrow. But for one more day, we've got to do it like this. First off, my thanks once again to Miss Estejada, to Lorraine, for covering my class yesterday and today. I know she's doing a great job, but hopefully this will be the last time, and then you guys will have to put up with me after that. So let me just talk about a couple of things here. So first things first, a couple of students, mainly ones that weren't attending yesterday, were asking about the drop form and how you can drop the class should you actually need to. So just so everyone knows, I've added that right here underneath my two intro videos. I probably should move those into class recordings, but I'll do that later. But yeah, the drop form is under course overview and intro materials. So if you need to drop the class for whatever reason, a couple of people emailed me saying that it didn't suit their schedule. So if you need to do that, the drop form is right there. Please do it properly through the website, right? It'll ask you like, all of your details there. And once you have done that, you will be dropped from the class and all of that good stuff, right? But hopefully, not many of you are going to do that, right? Because based on what I've seen in the friendly banter threads, you guys seem like a fun bunch, right? So I was going through this uh, earlier, right? And I can see that number one, you guys are doing well in getting together a nice Insta group going here, right? So that'll be nice. It's always good to have those kinds of connections between each other, right? Be kind to each other on there. Obviously, I'm not going to be monitoring what you guys do on Insta, but it's nice to just like have those kinds of connections, especially in an online course, right? But nevertheless, I see that we got a wide variety of people here, including some people that are younger than I was expected, right? Husna Dehelvi, only 15 years old, going into grade 12 college, grade 12 university already, right? That's a real go-getter there. So I like that, and I also like that you love cats. Right, and going through this, I can see that there is some common threads here, right? So, for instance, a lot of you are taking this class, I see, because you sort of want to get it out of the way, right? So, this person, for instance, says, I'm taking summer school for English so I can get a higher grade by having less courses to focus on at once, right? So, a lot of people said things like that, right? So, I'm not surprised to hear that, right? And, that is sort of the idea of summer school, is you just sort of want to knock this out of the park and get it over with so that you can focus on your science, your math, or whatever it is that you think you'll need a little bit more time for. So, I'm glad that, people are honest about that, and hopefully we'll be able to work together and make that happen for everyone who's here for that purpose. So, good stuff, guys. Um, I also can say that uh, I like the variety of interests that people talk about here. Like we've got a snowboarder in here with even Isa, right? That's pretty cool. And we've got some people who like video games, Metal Gear, Tekken, Ace Attorney, Luigi's Mansion 3. Okay, those are some solid choices there, right? And we've got other people who are interested in writing and reading books, playing the violin, all of that good stuff, right? So tomorrow, when I'm actually here, when I'm supposed to be here, I hope to start to get to know you guys a little bit more. But for now, I just want to say hi to all of you, and we'll hopefully get to make those connections once I'm actually there. Okay, now in terms of the grammar stuff, I looked through these jam boards you guys did with Miss Estejeda, and I have to say, good thoughts were shared here about how grammar is perceived in terms of when you think it might matter and when you think it might not, right? So that's always an interesting sort of set of perspectives here. I can see that most of you basically agreed with the article, though it was interesting how room 3 talked about how things like lyrics and informal messages and that sort of thing sort of ignore grammar, right? So, a lot of people talked about texting and how, you know, you don't really put up those kinds of guards when you are in those kinds of situations. I'm probably a little different than most of you here in that, for me, when I text a friend or when I'm talking to someone on online, on Discord, on Facebook, whatever it is, right? I always put my commas, right? There's no context in which I am not placing other commas, but that's just me. So that's perhaps just me being an English teacher. But nevertheless, I see that there's a lot of people that are giving their different grammar quips, right? Subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement, especially for ESL students, can be a tricky one, so don't feel bad about that. And forgetting commas, everyone does that from now and again. One thing I want to sort of highlight is this one by Suleiman. Slang language or short forms such as using you instead of you when communicating with each other on social media. Yeah, if you put you instead of you in my class, ooh, I will be mad, right? So that will be no good. Now, apparently there was some confusion about what we are supposed to do with the grabber discussion part, and this is going to be what you guys will do now that well, hopefully everyone will do it now that we're finished sort of going through it here, right? So you are meant to make uh, a sort of post. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of people have done it already. That is nice, right? So you're meant to make a post here about the what you think about these questions around grammar, right? And people ask is if this is for grades, and the answer is yes, it is, right? So it's supposed to be about 250 to 400 words, and you're supposed to not just write your own thing, but you're also supposed to, reply to someone else, right? So that is what you are meant to do now. If you haven't done it already, then please do so promptly, right? But if you have done it already, then make sure you have at least replied to another person, right? Because that is indeed part of the assignment. So this is a graded assignment. In terms of how to write it, well, I've got some examples here from my department head, right? So don't copy this, please. Please write your own idea, right? And this person wrote, so-called grammar is unnecessary in the English-speaking world today for multiple reasons. When speaking English, a person should use correct grammar because it helps make their message more understandable. This is because grammar helps form proper sentence structure and agreements between subject and verbs, which helps conversations flow easily and with less confusion between the speaker and listener. Ultimately, this makes the conversations more efficient and pleasant. Also, speaking English with correct usage of grammar helps a person succeed in their workplace. When a person participates in an interview to obtain a job, speaking English with proper grammar will show the employer that they are a good candidate. In most careers, socializing is vital, so using correct grammar will make those issues those important conversations clearer to the listener, right? And it goes on. The person adds more points, right? I'm just gonna leave this on the screen for a bit. I don't want to read every single word, right? But the whole thing that this person is doing is number one. You see that they've gone through their spell checker here, right? They put their commas in the right place, right? They proofread it, all of that stuff. They're writing about 400 words total, and it's presenting an argument that is coherent and that has a clear sort of thesis to it, which is that grammar matters, right? So that's what you should aim for when it comes to this thing, right? So you're aiming for about 400 words, and you're looking to write something that's clear and sort of credible here, right? Whereas if you just sort of wing it and give me like 5 sentences saying, yeah, grammar sucks, I don't care, right? Then that's not really going to do the trick, right? And you are also supposed to leave a reply as well to another person, which should be hopefully a little bit more thoughtful than just like I agree or I disagree or whatever it is that that you have to say to the person. All right, so that's what you're going for in that particular activity. All right, so if you haven't finished that yet, right, I can see a lot of people have posted it already, which is good. But if you haven't finished that yet, then please go ahead and do that. Anyway, I'm talking a lot here, so I'm going to turn it over to Lorraine, who's going to give you time to wrap up activity 2, and then she's going to talk to you a little bit about the next activity, which is the plagiarism activity. So I have another video that she's going to show you later, and, we'll check back then. Take care, guys.